So if you're anything like me, getting some air gauges on your classic vehicle with airride is probably on your to-do list. And with this simple little kit right here, it's going to kind of solve all that for you. So let's dive into what this kit is. So this is what the kit is going to look like when you open it up. That's your monitor, and those are your 4 sensors which will be going on our valve stems. They also got this little locking collar here, so people can't steal these. These are just like a valve stem on your car, called a Schrader valve, and then on this side, that's 1/8 inch pipe thread. So that's what my valve block takes, so that's why I've got these. Alright, when I'm referring to a valve block, this is what I'm talking about. This is from Slam Specialties. It's their 3/8 valve block. It's just basically all 8 of your valves in this little block. Whereas like old school stuff, like back, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, they didn't really have anything like this, so you just had like individual valves. If you were having a system like that and you're still wanting to make this, I would be tee off of your bag ports, and then from there you can put your little Schrader valves in there and screw your caps on there. But for today's purposes, we're going to be messing with this valve block, which it has, luckily, these ports right here. Each one of those is going to be where we're throwing our Schrader valve in. Alright, first thing first, I'm going to remove these pipe plugs out of our valve block itself. And here, there's a little air in there still. These are just going to go right in place of this. But first, I'm going to throw some Teflon tape on these so they seal off. Why, you son of a no good... Well, we just finished up the last little bit of our Zerk fittings. They were a little bit of a pain to get on the bottom of this, to say the least. But now that that's behind us, we can start installing our actual caps. And like I was saying earlier, they do come with a locking mechanism, which is basically just a lock nut, it appears. So, I'm going to take that, thread that all the way down onto each one of these. And like earlier, I'm going to save the bottom for myself and not make you guys suffer through it. Because if you got kids in the room, you're probably not going to hear all that. Would have been easier, hindsight, to probably just pull that off, get it all done, and then reinstall it. But I didn't do that, so let's go forward. On these, it says F.L. And for the longest time, I couldn't figure out what that meant. I'm saying that's front left, so that's how we're going to do it. So this airline right here, I'm looking at it, and it is going to our front left. And then this one down here, that's going to be our rear left. So this one is going to be our front left. Slap it on there like that. And I'm going to run that jam nut back up through here. Use their supplied little tool. I don't really see this working. If you really wanted to get that off, I feel like you could just bear down on this thing and break that jam nut free. But give her a shot and see if it's even worth time messing with. I mean, it's a deterrent for sure. I don't know if it'll spin still, but we'll say it won't for video's sake. Also, the tool they send you is not very quality, so be mindful when throwing the old torque to her. See, that one there is just not quite where it needs to be, I don't think. Good enough for me. Drop down, get these lowers on, and then we will see if we can't get inside, plug that in, and see if we can't see some air pressures. Excuse me. So I just wired in the other day a brand new cigarette outlet. You don't see that very often anymore. I'm going to turn our key forward there. Pressure switch is busted on this, which it's kind of scary because there's no way for those compressors to see, oh, we got too much pressure in the tank. So I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to air this thing up and see if we got any pressures on our gauges. not getting anything right now. Well, maybe I've got a problem with my valve lock. Last time me and my wife actually had this thing out, it was acting up, so I don't know. Let me run back here and check on the tank real quick. Alrighty, now that we're all installed, got this thing pulled up. Ended up having a little bit of a problem with my pressure switch, like I was saying, so got that all fixed up and we're ready to go. I've been playing around with this just a little bit just to kind of save you guys some of the confusion. Everything is working. You can see these lights right now. They are currently flashing. When you get this thing out of the box from Amazon, when you have this flashing, there's going to be a terrible, annoying beep. And I'll show you right now. I just decided to opt to rip mine out. I just split the case open and pulled that thing right on out. So now we have no audible noise. Okay, so with all pressures at 0, I'm gonna hit the up switch on the front. So you can see we got 56, 54 on the front and 58 in the rear. And this rear bag, which is gonna be the passenger rear, is not getting any air. I don't understand what's going on with that thing. So I don't know why, but I played around with that and our right bag didn't end up airing up till I fired the truck back up. I don't know if it was getting below a certain voltage and it was cutting that off, but you can see all of our valves are pretty dang close. I mean, those are 10 degrees off, which I was playing with those two individually quite a bit. But that just gives you an idea. That allows you to be able to sit there, get your air pressure, and you can determine a ride height. So say you know this is where you like to cruise at by just getting out and looking at the truck. Set it at 60 in the front and let's say 45 to 50 in the rear. And then you know whenever you're cruising down the road, if you're sitting at that, it's a pretty comfortable ride height on your vehicle. Alright, so pretty cut and dry on this setup. It's just really installing some valve stems and plugging something into your cigarette outlet. So I think a lot of people will be able to make this kit work and it'll really benefit you. It's not perfect, it does differentiate a little bit, and it's not the quickest, most rapid thing in the world. So if you're looking like deads up, heads up display, I mean, this might not be for you, but for me, the 3 seconds it might lag on air pressure, I'm solid with. I don't care. I mean, I just want to get it basically set where I think it's going to be, and I'll roll with it after that. But one thing is, I couldn't figure out any kind of way to set that alarm or shut it off, so that got on my nerves pretty quick. So I just, like I was saying, split that case, pop that thing out. Now I don't have to worry about it. But this thing also does tell voltage, tells temperature on the bags or your tires, which that's another thing I want to stress. You can use these on anything. Like if you don't have a bagged vehicle and you're watching this, you can use it on your tires as they're intended, and I think it'd be super cool. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you're going to be putting this on down below if you don't care in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And if you don't care, hit the like button. Appreciate the heck out of you guys watching. I know everybody says that at the end of a video, but it's really the only reason I do this. It's not easy for me, so you guys watching makes it worth it. Appreciate it. Have a good one. See you on the next one.